Hey, all you Pokemon masters out there, this is Shuey for Pokemon 24/7. Going to give you a deck review of the Iron Hands Future deck. It's the way I run mine. Some people may run it differently. We'll cover that while I'm going through this deck profile. Uh, Let me know what you think in the comments. So, starting off, I like to go with two of the baby Miraidons. Some people run one, some people run three, some people don't run any, but in the future deck it's very helpful because with you using peak acceleration, you basically take two energies from your deck and attach them to your future Pokemon any way you like, which is going to help your future Pokemon attack a lot quicker. Plus, it's only a one prize. Then you go with the new Miraidon EX. All three of these new Miraidons are Dragon type. They're no longer Electric type. And they do have the future sticker up here on the top. These are Dragon types, actually. So, Repulsion Blast takes an Electric and a Psychic. It does 60 damage base. Any damage counters on it, it does 100 more. So it could do 160 or it could do 60. And then Cyber Drive does 220. During the next turn, you can't use Cyber Drive. Still use Repulsion Blast, but you can't use Cyber Drive in back-to-back turns. We got two Iron Hands EX. The reason I only run two rather than three, some people will run three in this deck. You know, they'll run one Miraidon and two Iron Hands EX. I only like to run the two Iron Hands EX because they do use quite a bit of energies. Two Lightning and one Colorless for Arm Press does 160. And then one Lightning, three Colorless for Amp You Very Much. If you do knock out one of your opponent's Pokemon with Amp You Very Much, you take an extra prize card. So you knock out a single prize, or you take two. An EX or a V-Star, you take three. And now that the VMAXs are pretty much becoming obsolete, there are still a few out there, but if you knock it out with a VMAX with Amp You Very Much, you got four prizes. Could really make the game go a lot quicker. I run three Iron Crown EX. Iron Crown has Cobalt Command. That's if you use one of your future Pokemon's attacks. It does 20 more damage for each Iron Crowns you have on your bench. However, if you attack with the Iron Crown, it does not do 20 more. That is one of the things that it says in your Cobalt Command ability. There is a way to work around that I will cover a little later in this deck profile. And then it also has Twin Shuttles. Basically what that does, do 50 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. Could be the bench, it could be the active. It's not affected by weakness, resistance, or any effects of Pokemon's abilities. So if somebody tries to stop you with a Manaphy or a Jirachi, it's not going to work. So that is why this snipe move is a lot better than the Inteleon or a Sableye Lost Mine or Radiant Greninja's Moonlight Shuriken. So, that goes with the Iron Crown EX. With the Raikou V, I have the V in the deck for one specific reason that we'll cover a little later in this deck profile. It does have fleet-footed like all three of the legendary dogs from Gen 2 do. So, draw a card. And then it has Lightning Rondo, does 20 plus 20 for each energy or each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So, you both got a pretty big bench. It's going to do a lot of damage. Go with the Miraidon EX, the old one, the electric one. Really the only thing I have for this one is Tandem Unit. Search your deck for two electric Pokemon and put them on your bench. So Raikou and Iron Hands. That's what only ones I'm going to get with this one because those are the only electric Pokemon in this deck. But I can also use Photon Blast if I need to, if it's in a pinch. It takes two electric, one colorless, does 220. Can't attack next turn, but bring it back and put out a different Pokemon that can attack. Then I do run a 1/1 Natu and Xatu. The reason I run the Xatu is for Clairvoyant Sense. Once during your turn, you may attach a psychic energy from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, draw 2 cards. So you get a little bit of draw engine and draw support with that. Plus, Super Cybolt does 80 damage for 1 psychic and 2 colorless, which is a pretty decent attack. Then I like to go into the trainers with 4 Techno Radar. Discard a hand, draw 2 future Pokemon from your deck. That'll help you get your Miraidon out to start accelerating energies to all your other Pokemon. Like to go with 4 Electric Generators. That's going to get your energies onto your Iron Hand so that you can use Ampy very much, and you can use, Arm Press if you need to. It'll also get your energies onto Miraidon or even Raikou. You can only attach them to electric Pokemon, so it's not going to help you with Miraidon, the baby one, or the new EX, the dragon one. So, like to go with the A-Spec Reboot Pod. What the Reboot Pod does is you attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to all of your future Pokemon. So you get 5 energies in your discard pile, and you get 5 future Pokemon. You're going to get an energy on each and every one of them. Superior Energy Retrieval. Discard 2 cards, get 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile. It's really a decent card if you are low on energies in your deck or you don't run a lot of energies in your deck. We'll find out how many energies I do run in the deck a little later. Now, Roseanne's Backup is a card that is not widely used by anybody. The reason I use this, you get 4 options to choose from. You can choose 1 or more. Shuffle a Pokemon from your discard pile, a tool card, a stadium card, or an energy card from your discard pile to your deck. If you want to choose all 4 of them, you get a Pokemon, an energy, a stadium, and a tool, all back in your deck at one time. I don't run any stadiums in this deck, but if I did, I could put 4 things back in my deck really quick. So if you're running low on cards in your deck, because you're drawing a lot of cards from your deck, that'll help you get cards back into your deck. So you could put a tool card, a Pokemon, a stadium, or an energy card. Can't put a supporter back in the deck, but hey, use Roseanne's Backup, put the Reboot Pod back in the deck. Now you can draw the Reboot Pod again and use it again. I only run 1. Some people, if you really want to, you could probably run 2. I only run 3 Nest Balls because I have 4 Techno Radars to get my basic Pokemon. These are just to get other Pokemon. Natu, Miraidon. Pretty much, it'll get a Nest Ball if I can't get the Techno Radar to get these future Pokemon. Now I can use the Nest Ball for Raikou. I can use the Nest Ball for Miraidon EX, the electric one, and then get Raikou and, get a Natu or, something like that. 2 Earthen Vessels. That'll get you some energies that you need to attach to your Pokemon. Discard a card. Get 2 cards from your discard pile or from your deck. That's the only ancient card I run in a future deck, which is a little paradox kind of working, but it works out pretty well. Bell Pad. Put 2 supporters from your discard pile back into your deck. That's how you get your Roseanne's Backup back in there. I run 1 switch. We'll find out later why I only run 1 switch. But I run 1 switch. That's basically to get Miraidon, Raikou, or Xatu back. You'll find out why in just a few minutes. 2 Iono. Always got to have disruption. You can never have enough Ionos. I only run 2. You could run 3, 4, however many you want to run. I only run 2. I also run 2 Boss's Orders. You can run 3, 4. You can run 1. 2 Boss's Orders will definitely disrupt your opponent enough with this deck. 2 Arvins, that'll help you get your attachments, and there'll be quite a few attachments here that are going to be coming up next that this Arvin can really help you out. So you draw an item and an attachment, a Pokemon tool card, however you want to put it. But hey, draw the Reboot Pod and then draw your Pokemon tool card. Now we get to the tools. 3 future booster capsules. This is how you're going to help with your Iron Crown hitting more than 50 damage. Because every time you put this on a future Pokemon, it does 20 more damage. So you could be doing 70 with the Iron Crown. Plus, it's a free retreat cost to any of your future Pokemon. That really helps. Again, the Forest Seal Stone. That's why the Raikou V is in this deck. Probably the best attachment. Search your deck for a card. Any card, put it in your hand. All you gotta do is flip your V-Star token, and you're good to go. Now these last 2 attachments, the Heavy Baton, they're only used for one Pokemon, and that's the Iron Hands. Reason being is the Pokemon that you attach it to has to have a retreat cost of exactly 4. Iron Hands is the only Pokemon that has a retreat cost of 4. The reason that I put it on Iron Hands is if somebody knocks out my Iron Hands EX and he's got the 4 energies, with the Heavy Baton, you take 3 energies from the Iron Hands that was knocked out and attach them to your future Pokemon or even any Pokemon, I believe. Yeah. It's knocked out. Take 3 basic energy cards from that Pokemon and attach them to your benched Pokemon any way you like. So if you have a Raikou on your bench that needs energies, you need energies on your Miraidon to use Photon Blast if they have like 2 prizes left and you got a 2-prizer you can knock out with Photon Blast. Go for it. Now we go with the energies. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 electric. Again, Iron Hands takes a lot of electric energies. So there's 12 electrics. And then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 psychic. Iron Crown doesn't take a lot. You only need a colorless to use Peak Acceleration. The Peak Acceleration is going to help you get the 6 psychic energies you need. So, you know, it'll help with your Miraidon EX. It'll help with everything that you need if you need your psychic energies. So, this is basically the Iron Hands profile that I use. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe. We have Tabletop Pokemon coming up on Thursday. And we have a Pokemon Cup coming up on Saturday at Gamers Sanctum, not a sponsor, in Sparta. So be sure to tune in for our profiles going into that and our reviews after the cup and even some of the battles maybe during the cup. So remember to like, subscribe, comment, stay tuned for all the videos that we're going to be putting up. For Pokemon 24/7, this is Shuey. Deuces, signing out.